Chapter 7, Mishnah 3. The Mishnah teaches what the leader of the Zimun must say. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. How do we do Zimun? That is, what does the leader say to the others to invite them to recite Birkat Hamazon? When 3 people are present, including him, he says to the other 2, "Let us bless the one from whose food we have eaten." When there are 3 people besides him, he says to the other 3, "Bless the one," etc. Since there are enough people for Zimun without him, he does not need to say, "Let us bless." Rather, he may use language that does not include himself. Bless. When there are 10 men including him, he says to the other 9, "Let us bless our God," etc. The participation of 10 men makes it possible to use the name of God. When there are 10 men besides him, he says to the 10 others, "Bless our God," etc. The same applies whether he is addressing 10 people or 10 myriads of people, i.e., 100,000 people. According to the next Tana, the text of the blessing does change based on the number of participants. When there are 100 men, including the leader, he says, "Let us bless Hashem our God," etc. And when there are 100 men besides him, he says, "Bless Hashem our God," etc. When there are 1,000 men, including him, he says, "Let us bless Hashem our God, the God of Israel," etc. And when there are 1,000 men besides him, he says, "Bless Hashem our God, the God of Israel," etc. When there are a myriad of men, 10,000, including him, he says, "Let us bless Hashem our God, the God of Israel, Lord of hosts, who dwells by the cherubim, for the food we have eaten." And when there is a myriad of men besides him, he says, "Bless Hashem our God, the God of Israel, Lord of hosts, who dwells by the cherubim, for the food we have eaten." The Mishnah now teaches how the others respond to the leader's invitation. In the same manner that he recites the blessing, so do they respond after him. Thus, when there is a myriad of men, they respond, "Blessed is Hashem, our God, the God of Israel, Lord of hosts, who dwells by the cherubim for the food we have eaten." The Mishnah cites the reasoning behind the second opinion cited above. Rabbi Yossi Glili, the second Tana, says, according to the size of the gathering, they recite the blessing. The text changes based on the size of the group. As it is stated in Tehillim 68:27, in gatherings, bless God, Hashem, from the source of Israel. The reasoning of the first Tana. But Rabbi Akiva, the first Tana, said, what do we find in the synagogue? What is said in the synagogue by the one leading the prayers? Whether there are many people or only a few, he always says, "Bless Hashem." Therefore, in the case of Zimun too, the leader says the same text, whether there are 10 participants or many more. The Mishnah concludes with a ruling that is not related to Zimun, but which concerns the text used in the synagogue. Rabbi Yishmael says, in the synagogue, the leader says, "Bless Hashem, the Blessed One," rather than just "Bless Hashem."